Imagine this. You're born as a baby koala. Doesn't sound so bad, right? Cute little furball, hanging out in the eucalyptus trees, living the dream. But, oh no, the reality of this precious moment of birth? It's not a picture-perfect scene, not by a long shot. First off, you're born blind, hairless, and, let's face it, kind of a mess. You're practically a wriggling sack of disappointment. But don't worry, things only get worse from here. You're immediately thrust into the harsh, unforgiving world that's just waiting to show you how little it cares about your existence. Your very first challenge? Making it from the womb to the safety of your mother's pouch. This is not the tranquil crawl of a well-rested newborn. No, no, no. You're competing for real estate in your mom's pouch, and it's packed with competitors who probably have more energy and way fewer hang-ups. But let's not forget the terrain you're born into, Australia. If the weather wasn't trying to roast you alive one minute, it'd probably try to drown you the next. And don't even get me started on the predators. Oh sure, koalas have a few enemies who don't hesitate to take advantage of your helplessness. But let's be real here. Real enemy is probably just getting stuck halfway up the tree when you're old enough to climb. You've got those little claws, sure, but when it comes to climbing, your first few attempts are less majestic koala and more falling disaster. Now, back to the pouch. This tiny cave of misery is where you're supposed to do all your growing. Picture it. Your entire existence confined to a warm, damp, squishy, body fluid-filled prison. You're basically a lump of jelly with no idea how the world works. And trust me, your mother has zero interest in answering your questions. She's too busy hanging out, just chilling, without a care in the world, probably contemplating the meaning of life. Or, being a koala. And you? Well, you're busy trying to survive by feeding on your mom's milk. Simple enough, right? Except that your digestive system is still a mess, and you've got to grow into a stomach capable of dealing with eucalyptus leaves, which, spoiler alert, are toxic. But hey, no pressure. Just learn how to process that super quickly, or, you'll probably die. Oh, and it only gets more complicated. This whole nursing process takes forever. You could spend up to 6 months basically attached to your mother, like some kind of weird furry parasite. And that's after the first 2 months, where you can't even see. No one's coming to help you out either. No fairy godmothers here, just the constant, gnawing feeling that you're doing it all wrong. But here's the kicker. Eventually, when you do make it out of the pouch, your life still isn't some magical nature documentary. Oh no, you're still small, slow, and awkward. You're not hanging out with the koala elite just yet. Now that the baby koala has survived its first few months of existence in that magical pouch, you'd think things would get easier, right? Wrong. Welcome to the next chapter of your life, little koala, where the world really starts to show you how much it really doesn't care. First off, you're now officially out of the pouch. Congratulations. You're not fully grown yet though, so don't get too cocky. You're small, awkward, and definitely still struggling to figure out how this whole climbing trees thing works. Sure, you're technically supposed to be one of the best tree climbers in the animal kingdom, but, spoiler alert, you're not. You're more like a drunk sloth with less grace and fewer friends. Climbing? It's like someone handed you a pair of roller skates and said, "Good luck, buddy, and don't think the world is going to give you any breaks." You're supposed to be learning the ropes, like how to avoid predators. But here's the thing, you're small, like, embarrassingly small. And you're not even good at running away. Your survival instincts? Pretty much useless. You're supposed to climb away to safety, but instead, you just fall down and wonder where it all went wrong. And who's there to help you? Your mom? Nope, she's too busy being an adult koala, just hanging around and ignoring the fact that you're clearly struggling. Typical. Speaking of predators, let's talk about that for a moment. You'd think being a cute, fluffy koala would make you a beloved member of the animal kingdom, right? Wrong again. You're like an all-you-can-eat buffet for just about every predator in the area. Dingoes? Sure, they'll chase you down if they get the chance. Snakes? Oh, they're just waiting for you to make the wrong move. And even the birds? Don't get me started. The ones with sharp talons are apparently just waiting for their opportunity to ruin your day. But hey, no worries. You'll be fine, as long as you remember to stay high in the trees. Except, you know, you're not that great at climbing yet. So, good luck with that. Let's not forget your most important task at this point. Surviving. And what's the best way to survive as a baby koala? Eating eucalyptus leaves, of course. The only problem? Those leaves are toxic. You've got a delicate, untested system trying to process poison while figuring out how to not fall off a tree every 5 minutes. It's like trying to eat a salad that's been dipped in a vat of poison, and your body is like, this seems fine, but your stomach? Your stomach is not happy. So you keep chewing away, just hoping your digestive system doesn't give up entirely. But, hey, no one said life as a koala was easy. And here's where things get a bit ridiculous. Your instincts tell you to eat a whole bunch of leaves, right? But wait, why? Are you eating these leaves again? It's not like they're providing a buffet of nutrients. Congratulations, little koala. You've made it through the tough early years, surviving everything from falling off trees to eating toxic leaves, and now you're an adult. So, this is it, right? The good life? Wrong. You've simply traded one set of problems for another. Welcome to adulthood, where the challenges don't end. They just get weirder. First off, you've mastered the art of doing nothing. Seriously, your main activities now consist of eating eucalyptus leaves, sleeping for 20 hours a day, and occasionally climbing a tree. That's it. This is your new life, basically a permanent state of adulting without the effort. You've won the least productive animal award. Congratulations. You've learned how to survive, but survival, my friend, is a lot of nothing, happening for hours on end. Now that you're an adult, let's talk about your diet. You've spent years perfecting the ability to eat toxic, low-nutrient leaves. But guess what? That doesn't get any easier. You're still choking down eucalyptus leaves that do nothing but fill you with just enough poison to survive another day. Every bite is a reminder that you're living off a salad that's about as satisfying as a soggy napkin. And you're still pretending this is a healthy diet. It's like eating cardboard for the rest of your life, hoping one day it'll magically turn into pizza. Spoiler alert, it won't. As for your social life, it's basically non-existent. Sure, you've learned how to climb trees and avoid predators, but now you're just dodging other koalas trying to steal your prime eucalyptus spot. Your social interactions mostly consist of awkward stares and passive-aggressive tree hugging. So much for building meaningful relationships. Adult koalas are experts at ignoring each other, even when there's plenty of space for sharing. It's like a never-ending game of who can pretend to be too busy to care first. It's exhausting and, honestly, pretty pathetic. And don't think you're free from danger now that you're a full-grown koala. Oh, no. Predators still want a piece of you. Just because you've mastered the art of lounging in trees doesn't mean you've escaped the constant threat of dingoes or snakes. Every rustle in the leaves could be your last. The world is still out to get you, and you're just too slow and too small to escape it. So, what's your future? More leaves, more naps, and more random territorial disputes with other koalas over which tree is the best. You'll keep doing the same thing for years, existing in a cycle of survival that's as exciting as watching paint dry. You've learned how to climb, but only so you can sit in a tree and do nothing. In conclusion, adulthood as a koala is just as tough as your childhood. It's just filled with more me time and less actual living. You've survived, but now you're stuck in a never-ending loop of laziness, awkwardness, and an eternal craving for eucalyptus leaves.